Arranged marriages, or marriages arranged by the parents or elders of the bride and groom, where the spouses do not have to willingly consent to the marriage, are considered a traditional marriage that has existed since ancient times until today before gradually losing popularity and not being accepted when that society entered the modern era, in which most states stipulate that marriages must be based on the consent of the bride and groom only, and currently, many states accept the marriage of the bride and groom as well. Originally, the general public in Southeast Asia was not very strict about marriages. This can be seen from the records of Zhou Daguan, a Chinese envoy who traveled to Cambodia more than 700 years ago, who said that regarding having a husband and having a wife, even though there is a tradition of receiving a white cloth, it is only a perfunctory act as a ceremony. Most men and women get married after having sex. According to their customs and traditions, it is not considered shameful and not considered strange. In Thailand in the past, marriages that were strictly controlled by parents tended to occur mostly in high-profile and wealthy families. Ordinary people do not really care about controlling what kind of spouse their children will find, as Jos Soton, a Dutch trader who traveled to Ayutthaya during the reign of King Somthum, described the wedding customs of Thais at that time. Siamese people have many wedding ceremonies. For the wealthy and well-known, the marriage must be approved by parents and friends, and there must be an exchange of valuables. There is no religious ceremony involved in the wedding ceremony, but there are fun games and lively celebrations. Spouses have the right to separate at any time if there is sufficient reason. Arranged marriages therefore occurred when society became more complex. Families used the mechanism of marriage to maintain social or political status. It was a tradition that was mostly found among the upper class and the wealthy before ordinary people followed suit. As for when the word arranged marriage came to be used to replace marriages arranged by adults, the author does not know for sure, but he believes that it probably arose when it became a common custom that ordinary people were very familiar with. This is because the word arranged marriage probably came from cockfighting pits. As a writer who is knowledgeable about the Thai language once explained, arranged marriage comes from cockfighting. In the past, when taking chickens to the arena to fight, they would bring a bag to cover them from home to prevent them from being startled. When they arrived at the arena, they would open the bag to compare the chickens and fight them. However, some chicken owners were very eager. They saw their friend holding the chicken, and before they even opened the bag to see its appearance, they challenged it to a fight. When they agreed, they would open the bag and let it go into the arena to fight. There were no conditions, big or small. Young men and women who had never known or loved each other before, no matter how their parents arranged it, would do it. It was like this kind of cockfighting, so it was called arranged marriage. In Thailand, even though arranged marriages are not very popular anymore, in India, this tradition is still strong. A survey in 2013 found that 74% of young Indians agreed with arranged marriages. Another survey said that more than 90% of marriages in India were arranged marriages. Surprisingly, marriages that did not start with love ended in long-lasting marriages. In India, only 1% of marriages ended in divorce. However, to say that arranged marriages are the reason why couples are successful in their married lives would be too hasty. Regardless of other factors, one of which is the attitude towards divorce, in a conservative society like India, divorce is still not accepted. Divorce is therefore more likely to occur among modern couples who marry voluntarily, which is already rare. Those who accept arranged marriages are mostly from conservative families. Even though they do not like their spouses, they do not dare to divorce due to social pressure and the difficulties that come after divorce, especially the female spouse who often has to rely on her husband financially. Many couples therefore have to accept the bitterness of their marriage rather than choosing divorce.